Peace, family. What's going on? It's ChiVital, and I'm back with another tool for your toolkit. I should have definitely entitled this like part 2 because it is another part to the first lesson on soul stamps and awakenings. All right. But get ready for this. There's much more digging to do. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you all here. Please, notification squad, let everyone know in the group that I am live. And let me know when you have your notebooks ready so then we can get started and you can begin to understand where you're going next. What's up, precious gift? Hi, Sade. Hey, Anna. Hey, Leela. Or is it Lila or Leela Thompson? I always do my best to be my best to get names correctly or to say names correctly. Pardon me. Also, as you jump on here, please thumbs up this video. Let me know you enjoy the content. And if you have any questions, try your best to save them towards the end so that you don't ask a question that I'm probably already going to answer. But of course, if you are mobile and you cannot hold your questions until the end, put your questions in there. I tend to answer them towards the end. All right? Give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. What's up, y'all? What do you know? Here it is. All right. I'm back. It's a little hard to speak when the lips are sticking together. You know what I mean? For those of you who are teachers. Okay. What's up? Let's see who jumped in here before I shoot from the hip. What's up, Jiggays? Hello, my darlings. Like my babies there. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Emerald. Hey, Master Key. Hey, Tina. Hey, Jackie. How are you? Angelique, how are you? Renita, what's up? Hey, Tamika. What's up, Vishnus? California Fresh. A Boogie, what's up, Eric? Hey, Stan. Hi, Mercedes. How are you? All right, so, hey, Latifa. When you have your notebooks, let me see the notebook emojis because I want to make sure that you have notes for what I'm going to share with you. A lot of times I have an idea of what I'm sharing with you, but I need to take a moment to let Spirit guide what the message is for us. Okay? I'm growing whiskers. All right. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? Okay. All right. So, for those of you who are able to complete the first assignment, where for those of you who are watching this video for the first time, you need to watch the video before this, which is Soul Stamps and Awakenings. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. Click subscribe and make sure your notification bell is on. Now, the assignment was to make a list between the spirit and the self, a list of desires and feelings of like what is desired, what direction you're going into on both sides. For an explanation of what that means and what the difference is, you have to watch the video previous to this one. For those of you who are able to complete that assignment or even get halfway through it, but you know that there's more. When you noticed that you had more bubbles, you had more bubbles on the page than you anticipated, How much did that shake you inside and give you a wake up call to the transformation that has occurred thus far? All right. When you make a list, like the one that I had you all make, it can be more of an internal earthquake. If I'm telling the truth, let me see some ones in the chat. The list where your spirit is speaking, okay? The voice, the little subtle voice of we're doing something different now, right? Starts to feel like a big stinking sledgehammer. And the self recognizes that someone is trying to be the boss of it. Okay? Now, as of today, I want us to further recognize this essential, metaphorical, and in a lot of ways, very real because it's energetic and energy is real. Death and shedding of your old skin. Okay? And the biggest hurdle is recognizing that a level of authenticity has been missing because you've transformed and didn't notice until now in your gut you're feeling twisted about where you're going. One of the reasons why you can feel this so intensely would be because there's so many restrictions on where you can go, things you can do to distract yourselves from this deep inner knowing. All right. It can be as simple as if you work a 9 to 5 and you're usually out of the house 40 to 60 hours a week and you're in a relationship, so you and your mate don't usually spend that much time in the same space, that you realize that something is off. It can mean that you recognize that you've lost a lot of time developing the kind of relationship you want to have with your children and how much they've grown and the things that they're doing that you were totally ignorant about. It also can show you how, although you've said, if I only had more time, if I only could be home, if I only, then I would be able to do this for myself, that even given the time, you recognize that there was more so something to do with inside of you and a mind state and a structure you believed in that kept you from making progress. Does that make sense? So, in this way, where the spirit is saying, look, I want you to go left. And the self is like, I'm starting to really feel like I get what's happening here, but I'm totally clueless as to why I would even go that way. It's just something about that feeling. Okay? There is this blind faith, this courageous leap that's being asked of you to move towards. All right. A lot of you are currently working with these Shakti energies. And I want you to compare, for this moment and for this exercise, your subconscious mind with the ultimate mother's voice. And write this down for your exercise. I want you to look at your subconscious mind as the ultimate mother's voice. The reason why I want you to put the ultimate mother's voice in as your subconscious mind is because most adults, their inner voice, or that critic, or the one that steps in to remind you of what would be a better choice for themselves, comes out of that relationship with the mother. Okay, whether it's your biological mother or some mother figure who has provided a level of emotional nurturing, right? Where you can lean towards when you're battling with your self-worth and your relationship to how you show up in the world. So for a moment, I want you to recognize the sneakiness of this subconscious mind and the conversations happening while these pieces are breaking away. I'm bringing up a lot of things that have to do with relationship because you all celebrated and are still celebrating, as we're still in the energy of that full moon, that beautiful pink full moon in Libra, that's going to speak to relationships. And quite a while ago, I came across a writing that spoke to this relationship of marriage. And rather than the marriage being something that needed to occur on the outside with someone else, there needed to be first a marriage between the self and the divine spirit, where they understood this relationship that needed to be harmonious, have trust, and be guided by the ultimate highest source of creation in order to be successful then in moving forward into a life that would expand that experience of inner harmony, joy, trust, creativity, abundance. We look at the deity Lakshmi to represent this type of glow about life and things, and inner knowing that things will always be provided, that abundance is everywhere, the air is abundant, the nature is abundant, finances are abundant. There is a deep knowing that all things, when we shift our vibration inside, will be provided for. There just has to be this level of courage and ferocity and fearlessness to beat the demon of being afraid to step into what is supposed to be a true freedom of in life. Durga comes through when at the all times, like you have the biggest demon in the room to beat down, and the biggest demon in Hindu mythology or Hindu religion and stories, folklore, is that those demons exist within yourself. But the biggest one of all is really leaping into becoming closer to that divine self, where there's this quote unquote battle between the good and evil. So we have, by definition, evil being the absence of that goodness. So we look at our health at this time, and you want to recognize the presence of the good, which is the presence of your good health, and know that the energy going towards healing the world, protecting your families, bringing health and wellness to all aspects of the planet is more so wanting to replace the absence of goodness with goodness. Are you following? So this exercise in itself, it may, and it probably should, hurt a little bit. Because if it didn't feel uncomfortable, then you would be more so deciding to go with what feels like the old, what you're used to. If there's a sense of staying into what you're used to, sometimes what you'll realize is like the staying with the evil that you know, staying with the absence of goodness that you know. Like, why would I take the leap of faith in trying something different when I've tried in the past and I was not successful? So therefore, I'm going to stick with the evil, absence of goodness that I know, and I'm going to remain mediocre. Right? I'm going to continue to compare myself to others and make excuses. I'm going to continue to totally freeze like a deer in headlights because emotionally I feel kind of all over the place. When there right now is calling for you to stick to something that is practical and know that things are going to work out if you move closer and closer towards what is very true. What is very true, what is absolutely true, is going to shake, it's going to vibrate at the heart. So while you are meditating and you're chanting, you lose your mind in chants, you take a moment of personal inventory of where you are. Realistically, like touch the table, touch the floors, touch your body, look down, feel your face. Literally do these things. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I in my relationship with myself? Where am I in my relationship with my work? Where am I in my relation to my household? Where am I in my relationship with my loved ones? Where am I in relationship with spirit? All right. So your exercise is to look at those areas that do not have the cool kindergarten line that connects between self and spirit. Okay, you want to look at those bubbles and really look at it. Okay. The best course of action for this exercise is to look at it, do your chants, then look at it again, and put a check mark next to where you want to proceed. The check mark is going to represent your skeleton, your bones, your structure. What is true to you down to the bones. So when this thing falls away, you will have a structure that is absolutely true to the beautiful unfolding of what's to come next. Does that make sense? Now, because you all have been doing this work, you all are held to a higher standard of courage and authenticity. Likewise with myself, because we are in a state of warriorship. For those of you who are learning, whatever level you're on, you're going from, you're on the ground pawn to you're a knight to, whatever it is, there's the next level is calling forward. And you're gonna have to see from within what feels like, yeah. Master Key said, can you give an example? All right, Master Key. Let's see. At this point, you would have noticed, you might be newer to my lessons, but you've noticed certain patterns. And in particular, we're looking at relationships. All right? Certain patterns in relationships. So at this point, there is the yes, this is the mold. This is the mold for what's going to absolutely work. Okay? Like, yes. Or this actually never turns out okay. All right? If you've been single, if you're single and you're looking at relationships, is that where you want to be by yourself? Are you holding yourself back from exploring something because of old belief systems of how it should go? That's an example. You're looking at what some of the old structures are that have been guiding you, old belief systems that have been guiding you, that are coming against what your spirit is calling for at this moment in time. So it's not necessarily bad, good or bad, okay, better or worse. These are individual feelings of, yeah, this frequency is climbing and I'm feeling like this is a part of who I am becoming, or this is declining and I got to switch gears. Angelic Ray said it's no joke. Nah, it's no joke. Because a lot of times, like I always have said this, and this is why I've started from the foundation of speaking on relationships in all of my work over all my years, is that relationships are the bones, are the skeletons of who we are and who we're going to become. And relationships are that key. And a lot of times our relationships are taken for granted because we're always told we have so many different choices of like who we can be with and what groups we're going to be with, because traditionally, like, we stick to what's pretty local to us. But everything is changing, where there's not going to be all of this like, oh, well, let me try this and let me try that and let me try this and let me try that. It's like, find your tribe and rock out. But inside of you has to be really clear. That's all I'm saying. Or you can rock out and continue on that whirlwind of like, I'm just gonna reincarnate in the same damn space that I've been in over and over and over and over. Okay? You know what? I'm going to go and take the leap and say relationships are life, because if they're relationships, just so how do you relate to your environment? How do you relate to others? Okay? Relationships are life. Relationships are key to life. And at this point, you just like you see them for what they are. It's like time to get up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's not so nice. It's like when you're in a really nice, cozy, deep sleep, and you get into that part of the dream where you're like, "Oh yeah, this feels so real, and I'm enjoying it." And here comes mom with the. You're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold up! I was just sleeping and enjoying it." But it's like, nah, B, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. It's time to figure this thing out. All right. My Moldavite appeared out of nowhere today, so I already knew my heart and spirit is calling me deeper. I haven't worked with Moldavite and Moldavite. Do you know how I come up missing reappear when it's time? Do know? Oh yeah. Okay, yes, I'm holding myself back. Okay. There's a difference between getting what you want and being happy. You know what? I like that the Jigays put that out there, because for those of you who still might be like, yo, this is like really deep. See, the Jigays are part of a cult college, so they can really think on a very deep level and be very profound in a simple way, which is excellent. Where you feel happy and you feel a sense of flow, that is a space that will let you know the spirit is swimming. We're at this point in time where you are feeling more so like you're striving towards want, but the happy is not there. There needs to be a pause and reflection, because the way things are turning around, this time out, this deep reflection is saying, yo, all that rat racing on this wheel, going towards what you think you want, what you think you want, what you think you want. I need to have $1 million in the bank. I need to have 5 more houses. I need to have this husband that looks like this. I need to have this wife that looks like this. I need to have this degree. I need to have like all those wants, and then like all the happiness is just going down the toilet. Or even like wanting to be right, and then you realize like, wait a minute, when I'm in the correct frequency, there's no like striving towards that feeling. Okay, does that make it clearer? Because I know at this point most of you are like, oh. So you have Durga, right, who's gonna be like, dun, dun, dun. You have Lakshmi, who's going to be like, all right, hello, happiness and joy, totally available to you. Come on and get me, baby. And then you have Saraswati. She's going to play that music from a place that your spirit dances and hits notes that it didn't even know it could hit. And yes, you can go and apply that. If you're having that kind of experience at this point in time, you're like, oh my God, where has this been? Like, congratulations, you've hit the jackpot. All right. So yeah, that's all. Some of the scary part is that the things that will come natural, yeah, might be like, is anyone seeing this? I don't know what's going on here. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go. You have your assignment. If you missed it, you're gonna have to watch the replay. But somebody can put it in the chat. Okay. You're welcome. I love y'all. Enjoy your meditations. I have a meditation in store for you. I'm transitioning space, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it tonight or not. But if I do it tonight, it'll be shortly, maybe even in like 15, 20 minutes. I will let you know, so stay tuned. And I'll catch up with you soon. Peace, love, and bliss. We're building love in sacred space. I'm out.